She is a Sika Gupta, our speaker, keynote speaker for Starof Jawan, brand partner as well. Okay. So today the session is about the future of the recruitment. So Shika Gupta will take forward the session. Okay. Thank you, man. Thanks for the joining. Okay. We can start. Just give us a 5 minutes of grace time. Then we can start immediately, right?
Okay,
Thank
let
you.
me know when to start. Yeah, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Sure, definitely. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Vasant, you can start the session.
No, Shika ma'am will take forward from here. Okay, we just wait for 5 minutes, then we can go ahead.
Yeah, okay, fine.
Yep. Thank you so much. Shika ma'am?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am, we can start now.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Welcome. I'm just sharing my screen. One moment. Is it visible? Can you all confirm?
Yes, ma'am, it's visible.
All right. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon from whichever part of the country, town, city you're joining. This is Shikha Gupta, your presenter for the day, and I'm speaking on behalf of Starof today. Let's move on a little bit. A little bit about myself. I have 2 decades of experience in the HR industry. Call it HR, recruitment, comp and ben, training and development, OD. I've done it all. I love HR. I'm in HR by passion. I'm in HR by profession. And beyond that, I've also been a corporate mentor with many organizations, many B schools. I love content writing, so I'm also a LinkedIn creator. I speak in various forums on my expertise, hence I'm a global speaker. And by the virtue of my upbringing abroad, I'm also a French language expert. So that's just me in a nutshell. Moving on. Today, we're going to talk about the future of recruitment, right? COVID has disrupted the entire market, right? Recruitment pre-COVID, recruitment during COVID, and recruitment now after COVID is very, very different. So let's discuss what are the current and future opportunities, right? How is the industry shaping? What are the recruitment trends? What technologies are emerging, right? In the recruitment space and in the technology space as well. Now, how do you actually position yourself or work in that direction so that you are able to meet the customer demand, you're able to adjust to the changing business landscape? That's what we're going to talk about today. Moving on, this is our brief agenda. We touch upon emerging technologies. We touch upon the importance of upskilling and reskilling. Guys, if you have to be in demand, if you have to be not redundant, if you have to always be sought after, upskilling and reskilling is the way forward. It has always been the way. So it's very important. Adapting to remote work. Yes, we've seen that, pre-COVID, we were all at work all the time. But after COVID, a lot of us started working from home, most of us. Now we are operating in a hybrid model, partly home, partly office, and stuff like that. Plus, a very interesting piece, which is very close to my heart. I have been a speaker and an author on gig economy, right? We'll talk about that as well. I mean, gig economy can present to you multiple opportunities at multiple points in time or the same point in time. So this is our brief agenda. Let's cover each of these topics one by one. Yeah. Emerging technologies. Now, AI and automation, we've all been hearing data, AI, ML, chat GPT, right? Some of us also fear that, this will replace our jobs and stuff like that. But no, The way to look at it is, how does AI and automation present to us more sourcing opportunities? How do you tap into different diverse pools? Okay, talent pools. What are the different pools? What are our different sourcing channels? We source from job portals, we source from partners, we source from our referral network, right? We source from our curated candidate database. These are all sourcing opportunities, right? With emerging technologies, those sourcing opportunities are even bigger, right? The options are more. Accurate screening, right? Earlier, what used to happen? Let me take you a few years back. Resumes would be hard paper copy, right? And then we moved on to emails. We started receiving resumes on our email, right? The recruiter would read keyword by keyword, page by page, screen the candidate against the job description that he has in hand, right? Today, we have powerful ATS systems, application tracking systems, recruitment ATSs, which have the resume screening options, which have resume parsing options, which makes the life of a recruiter very easy, right? And the level of accuracy that a machine learning can do, right, versus a human is much higher, right? So it's a much, much efficient process, right? Now, when I talk about process, yeah, how do you streamline all these processes? Automation makes life easier. It's very simple. It doesn't replace you, but it makes life easier. Your resume parsing option is there. You have more databases to screen candidates from, right? You can focus on candidate management. You can focus on customer management. You can focus on all other processes because automation is saving you that much time. So it's a much, much streamlined way of operating, correct? Personalized engagement. I think, hiring is all about selling. Hiring is all about engaging. Hiring is all about presenting a value proposition. Hiring is not that, Shikha is a recruiter, she's hiring an architect, she needs to sell that job description to the architect and, place the architect. That's just an example. Hiring is all about selling. How do you sell that job opportunity? How do you engage with the candidate? How do you show him the benefits that are present in that organization? How do you show him a growth path, right? 2 years, 3 years down the line. How do you show him promotions, cross-functional engagements, right? So personalized engagement and real-time support, right, is very, very important because hiring is all selling. Hiring is nothing but selling an opportunity, selling a job, selling a role, selling a career path to any candidate. It could be a software engineer, it could be an architect, it could be a director, or it could be a vice president, right? Those chatbots and those virtual assistants, right, provide real-time support beyond the recruiter engagement. So that's the power of personalized engagement. Yeah. Moving on, I'll touch upon the next section. Yes, this is my most favorite, right? Since the time I started my career, I mean, recruiting 20 years back and recruiting today, or anything for that matter, has evolved over the years, right? And industry trends, market disruptions, everything calls for upgrading yourself, upskilling for growth, right? It says empower employees with targeted training, right? How do you grow, right? What are those new innovative ways of recruiting? Today, we have something called social media recruiting. Today, we have different job groups, chat groups on WhatsApp through which you can pull candidates. Today, you have a powerful platform like LinkedIn where you can find candidates through these different groups, right? So how do you grow as a recruiter? What are those different channels, different learnings that you're adopting? Reskilling for transformation, right? New skills. I mean, do you need to, say earlier we were recruiting C++, then we started recruiting Java. Now we are recruiting AI, data, ML, blah, 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 artificial intelligence. So as technology keeps evolving and emerging, It is very important for us as recruiters to understand those technologies, to read about those technologies. YouTube, Google are great sources, right? If there are keywords in the job description you don't understand, make sure you reskill yourself, you learn that, because anybody who is selling a job to a candidate needs to be thorough, right? Otherwise, the candidate can take you for a ride. So what are those new technologies, keywords that you have learned? What are those new techniques of recruiting that you have learned to hire faster, to hire better, to do JIT? JIT stands for just-in-time hiring. Lifelong learning mindset. So when I started my LinkedIn 3-4 years back, that used to be my tagline, saying that HR by passion and a lifelong learner, right? Learning is a part of any professional journey, right? We learn in our personal lives, we learn in our professional lives. I mean, never have that attitude which says, I know it all. I know it the best. I don't need to learn. I know the best ways to recruit. I know all the technologies. I know all the skills. No. Learning is very important. How the market is changing, how you can adjust your hiring according to the market. That mindset is very important. Learn, 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 learn and grow. If you learn, that's how you will grow. If you don't learn, you know it all. I can do it all. I don't need to learn. I am the best. I'm making my numbers. That kind of an attitude would not take anybody anywhere, right? So learning is extremely important, right? Future-proof your workforce, right? Upskilling, reskilling, I would also say cross-skilling, right? Which probably I missed mentioning here. Why not? Upskill yourself to new ways of recruiting or new technologies. Reskill. Say, for example, I mean, you use different kind of searches, right? When you search for candidates, it could be a candidate search, it could be a Boolean search, it could be any searches. Are you doing it the right way? When you do market analysis, are you doing your market analysis or market intelligence the right way? So reskill yourself, right? How to do market intelligence. Guys, market intelligence is not done the way we used to do it 5 years back. There are many demographics. There are many dynamics which have come into market intelligence. When you present that market intelligence to your customers, right, they know if you know your job, right? So reskill yourself on certain things where you think you need brushing up of concepts. That's very important. Yeah. Upskilling, reskilling, cross-skilling. If you have to be sought after in the market, if you don't want to be redundant, if you want to always be learning and growing, that's the only way. That's the only way to recruit. I know it sounds very simple to say, recruitment, what has changed? Nothing much, a little bit here and there. No, the mindset needs to change. How you were recruiting a couple of years back is not how you're recruiting today. Your business will want different things, for the lack of a better word. Your business will want different dynamics. They will ask you for different kind of market intelligence. Do you know how to do it? Say, for example, today my business asks me, tell me for this particular technology skill set, what is the talent pool available across different locations, across different salary brackets, across different notice periods, and across different industries, right? What kind of talent pool is there in services? What kind of talent pool is there in product companies, startups, blah, blah, blah. So even the market intelligence has evolved so much, right? So if you keep upskilling and reskilling and look at innovative ways of hiring and doing things, that's the way to success. Yeah. So that would be my thought on this topic. Moving on, adapting to remote work. Adapting and adopting, right, are two human qualities which are very important for success in life. Adapt to new things, adopt to things you cannot change. And if you have the power to change, make sure you bring that change, right? Remote sourcing strategy. There are so many virtual platforms that you can source from, right? Earlier, I remember many years back, we just had something called Naukri.com, right? Today, you have multiple platforms, both national and international, right? You have things like LinkedIn, where you can source talent from, right? So there are multiple platforms you can go to, various avenues where you can find talent. It's not your good old candidate database that you can rely on. There are various sources you can rely on, right? Video interviews. I know we used to be at office. Every interview used to be a face-to-face interview, round 1, round 2, round 3. The candidate would move from probably one conference room to the other, or the candidate would be seated in one place. The L1, L2, L3 interviewer would keep changing. Today, that's not the case, right? So many of our interviews, most of our interviews happen through video, Microsoft Teams, Zoom. There are different platforms through which you can do video interviews. And each interviewer assesses their own capability, right? The tech interview will gauge you on technical skills. Communication is probably an HR round or a project manager round. And the cultural fit, yes, that's definitely HR, correct? And the person is right there in front of you, live in flesh and blood. You can assess people through video interviews, which I don't think so we did 3 years back or 4 years back. Assessment tools. Now that's a great tool to remove all the, I would use the word called junk or maybe not relevant candidates. When you're hiring in bulk, when you have multiple positions for the same role, say you want to hire, I don't know, 10 software engineers or 20 tech leads or 30 senior software engineers or whatever, right? These remote assessment tools, there are various tools in the market which do your first round test. It's a technical test. It's a technology test. There are organizations which also do your first round aptitude test. So the technical test, right, weeds out, irons out all the candidates who do not even qualify the basic passing mark. Say you have a test which is 100 marks, and in your hiring charter, you've said 50, this is the pass mark. Whoever doesn't even score 50, or say you will give 5 grace marks, 45. Below 45, you score out all those candidates, and anybody who scored above 45 on 100, those people go for the round 1 interviews, right? So these online coding tests, challenges are very, very handy. They help you remove all the junk candidates. All the candidates who are not technically sound fail the test, right? That's a great way to evaluate. And there are various tools available in the market. Virtual onboarding. Yes. I mean, I still remember the first time I onboarded my first candidate virtually. Otherwise, we were always at office, ready with the induction kit, in the induction room, ready to welcome all the candidates. That's now how it works now, right? How do you create a comprehensive virtual onboarding program? I'll give you a few tips, right? So say I have to onboard Vasant on coming Monday, right? So to onboard Vasant on coming Monday, I know he's already sent me a signed copy of the offer letter. All my joining forms should be pushed to him online, right? I should ask him to keep a copy of all his documents, certificates, education, passport, blah, 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 documents handy as soft copies. He fills the form online, he submits all the copies online. And then on Monday, I welcome him, right? Over a Zoom call, over a video call, give him a brief induction, check all his online documentation, right? And then help him generate an email ID, an employee ID, right? Also trigger the, the IT team, right? To courier or to Dunzo the laptop to his residence. So that's a seamless virtual onboarding process. You have the signed offer letter, you've sent out the joining forms, the candidate is filled, he's ready with all the soft copies, you've pushed the laptop out through the IT team. If you want to do a joining welcome kit, you also instructed the admin team, yes, the mug, the diary, the pen, whatever is a part of the joining kit is pushed out to the candidate. That's a seamless virtual onboarding process. And by evening, whatever, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, his email ID is ready, his employee ID is ready, his laptop is already received by him, which is already configured by IT. And that's a wonderful virtual onboarding experience. And by evening, you've also made sure that you've connected Vasant, who's the candidate, to his project manager, to his buddy, right? There's a buddying system in all the organizations, to his buddy, to his project manager, for them to take the relationship forward, right? So that's a seamless virtual onboarding process. Yeah. Moving on, gig economy. I'm not sure how many of you understand what is gig economy. In very, very simple words, gig economy means working for few hours, working on a per hour basis, working on a project basis, working on an intervention basis, right? And earning money, right? It's not our hard-coded 9 to 6 job, right? Which you have to do daily. Gig economy is working for hours, working for few hours, many hours, depending on flexibility. And that's the first point on the slide as well. Flexibility and agility, right? You're not in a position to go to work, right? You want to operate from home. That's what gig economy is. You pick up some freelancing assignment, or you pick up a part-time job, or you pick up an individual recruiting assignment. You can do it from home, right? So that's gig economy. It gives you flexibility, access to specialized expertise, right? Now, again, we did speak about tapping into diverse talent pools, right? With niche IT skills. Guys, I mean, I know all of you on this call are IT recruiters, yeah? And I have been in IT recruitment for very many years. There's one thing I will share with all of you from my sheer personal experience. Some of the recruiters, or most of the recruiters who receive respect from the business, are the ones who know technology. I'm not saying that you have to be a qualified BTech or, I don't know, engineer to do recruitment. No, you can be a BCom, BA, normal graduate, but understanding technology. How did I do it? I'm not a BTech by qualification. I'm an MBA, right? How did I do it? Whenever there were new technologies emerging in the market, there is no harm in going to youtube.com or google.com and reading about it. Read about it. Know about it. When the business says, okay, I want Java plus Selenium plus protractor combination, right? You know what he's talking about. You will say, boss, this kind of combination is difficult to service, right? Would you compromise on certain skill sets? Or I know where it is available. There are these 3-4 organizations which have a small team of individuals which specializes in the protractor technology. I will try and tap talent from there. You will be able to give that confidence to the business if you read about technology, if your understanding about technology is good. Second, your market research is good. So I know Java with Selenium plus protractor. Even today, which of these organizations have those crack teams who are working on this? And I know where to pull my talent from. That was just an example. So I repeat myself. One, know technology, read about technology. Second, know your market, right? Know what different organizations are doing, know what competition is doing. It is very important for success. Third, global talent pool. Engaging freelancers, right? I mean, it is very easy to collaborate with freelancers. They have all the time in hand. They're ready to do assignments for you. They're ready to collaborate. And since they're freelancers, they work on short-term projects. So their wealth of knowledge is also very high, right? Because they work with different customers, they work on different jobs, they work on different projects. So their subject matter expertise is far higher, right? It's like, maybe not the right example, but I'll just say, when you go to a doctor, right? So you say, when you go to a doctor, somebody who's young, sometimes you feel is not that experienced, doesn't know much. But when you go to a doctor who's like, I don't know, 40 plus or 45 plus, or has multiple specializations, you feel confident, you feel comfortable because he has seen those many kinds of patients. He has that much of experience. So with freelancers, because they work with different organizations, diverse projects, diverse jobs, right? Different mindsets, the wealth of knowledge is very high, right? You tend to learn a lot, you grow a lot. Every customer is different. Every hiring requirement is different. Everything. So that's the opportunity with Starof, right? Innovation and cost efficiency. infuse projects with fresh ideas while optimizing cost. Okay, right. So what it basically means is, right, with new talent, when you bring in new talent on board, fresh minds, fresh recruiters joining the team, right? They come with fresh ideas, right? Some of us are very used to certain old models or old ways of working, right? So fresh teams, fresh blood, bring in new ideas, which could lead to faster, better recruiting, which could lead to cost efficiency, right? How do you optimize costs? By freelancing, by doing small projects, right? Because then you're not attached to that particular organization, you're a floating resource, right? So that's the benefit of gig economy. It gives you flexibility, it gives you specialized expertise, you work for different clients, you work for different customers, you work on different requirements, different technologies. That's the opportunity Starof has, right? And with that kind of diverse experience that you get, right? It's like a gurukul where you end up learning everything. You end up dealing with different mindsets, different organizations, servicing multiple requirements. So you become an expert. You become richer in terms of experience. That's how you grow, right? And it's flexi, right? It's not like you have to do this 9 to 6 job or 9 to 7 job, or you have to service clients in the nights because you're dealing with US customers. No, it's completely flexible, and it's a wealth of knowledge because it's multi-geographical, multi-dimensional, multi-customer driven, right? And multi-technology. So that's the opportunity Starof has. Amazing. I think I should also join. All right, moving on. Okay, so this was my bit, guys. I would now like to hand it over to the Starof team, right, who would talk about their journey. Vasant, would you tell me who should I pass it on to?
Hi, Shika.
Lakshmi sir.
Yeah, I'll be taking over from here.
Wonderful. Hi, Shravya. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
So actually, we already have one question for you. Probably you could take it up and then I could get started. It's about the gig worker. Soumya S asks, she would like to get a clarity on the difference between gig worker and freelancer, contractor, consultant.
Guys, my sincere apologies. I did not realize my video was off.
That's it, I think.
Yes, Soumya, happy to answer your question. Please tell me.
She would like to know what the main difference is between a gig worker, whether it's a freelancer, contractor, or a consultant.
Nothing. Gig economy encompasses all that. See, somebody, I'll give you a very layman example, Soumya. Somebody who's a delivery boy at Zomato, right, can also be working with Swiggy, can also be working with there are various Zepto, Blinkit. This is all gig economy because he's not attached to one particular organization. He's freelancing with many. It could be Zepto, Blinkit, Swiggy, Zomato. So that is gig economy. A freelancer is a part of gig economy. A consultant is gig economy. All of these are gig economy. Gig economy basically means that you are not attached to any particular organization. You work a few hours and you make your money. You work on small projects, you make your money. You work on small interventions, you make your money, right? So these are short-term assignments, right? Short-term project works. I'm sure you would have seen a lot of HR folks, folks in digital marketing, right? Social media marketing, influencer marketing. Most of these people are a part of gig economy, right? Because they do multiple projects at a time. They're not attached to one particular organization. I hope that answers, Soumya.
Yeah, she says yes, thank you.
Oh, lovely. Thank you.
Yeah. So I think, gig economy, a lot of people think first thing that comes to their mind is probably the delivery people who are helping out with, with Swiggy or Zomato, things like that. But it's much more than that. As you were mentioning, it could be digital market, social media marketers, and then influencing marketers. So I think the perception has changed a lot in the recent years as well. And so, I mean, at Starof also, we're trying to do something similar. So I'll just probably get started.
Yeah.
Shika, if you
want
could.
to screen share? Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just go ahead with mine. Yeah.
Okay. I think I've paused mine. Just a moment.
Thank you so much. I'll just get started. Give me a second.
Sure.
I hope everybody can see the screen now. Yeah, great. Just a little introduction about Starof itself. So we are a tech-based startup, and we're helping HRs hire faster and more accurately. So we enable clients to focus on quality over quantity. And we've been established in 2019 in Hyderabad. We're based out of Hyderabad, but we have branches in Delhi and Bangalore as well. And we are a subsidiary of Yashoda Group of Hospitals. And we have different businesses in healthcare, pharma, and IT as well. So somebody who's from Hyderabad and probably the Telugu speaking states should know about the Yashoda Group of Hospitals. So we are the largest privately held hospitals out of the country. And we have we were established in 1978, and we employ over 6,000 people. So that's a little introduction about Starof itself. And coming to the leadership team that we have at Starof, our founder and CEO is Mr. Dheeraj. He is the CEO of Yashoda Group and has been a serial entrepreneur and who has 17 years of experience. And he is a founder and CEO of Gravity Pharma as well. He is an alumnus of IIT Madras and Duke University. And coming to our vice president, he is Mr. Tilak. He has 12 years of experience and is an alum of IIM Lucknow. He mainly worked in the operations and product strategy streams and is currently working as a vice president. So coming to Starof and what we're trying to do and what we're trying to build at Starof. So firstly, we in 2019, we started off as a regular recruitment company. We're trying to get clients onto the panel, and then we were trying to help them with their recruitment. But as we went ahead and as the COVID period started and also the COVID period ending, right, we've changed our model a little bit where we don't want to just be a plain recruitment company, but we want to be a part of the recruitment community and build a recruitment company as well. So as part of this journey, we have been trying to build a recruitment community, and where we're trying to build a managed marketplace, B2B marketplace at Starof, where we try to connect clients and recruiters, not just recruiters in our internal team, but anybody who wants to work with us, who's a recruiter and who wants to be a recruiter, they could all come and work with us. It is a freelancing opportunity, and then they could earn from there. So what we essentially try to do is, Starof would be an aggregator between a client and the recruiter. And whenever client post their job requirements on a platform, we have an algorithm that will help allocate jobs to the recruiters, and recruiters can do what they do best. So as the candidates, find the qualified candidates, just a second, and submit them, and they can help us manage candidates, make sure that they attend interviews, make sure that whatever is needed to the process, they could help us there. And whenever a candidate is sourced by a freelancing recruiter, there is one level of screening from our end that we do, and then we send it to the client. And then the whole process, instead of you directly dealing with the client, we would be in between and we would help you every step of the way. And here you would have a complete candidate ownership where you would be the primary contact for the candidates. So you wouldn't have no trouble. And then all communication to a candidate would be to and from you. What are the benefits of being an IRC? So this program is called IRC. IRC meaning individual recruitment consultant, which would be you, a recruiter who wants to work with us and partner with us. So we have some benefits listed out here, which are you could build your expertise. When you're working in probably one firm or in one team, you probably might not have a great exposure with the kind of technologies you're hiring or the different kind of clients you have to deal with. So working with us can help you there. You can work on different kinds of clients' requirements and also get an exposure with different technologies. And as every freelancer is, you could be your own boss. You can work at your own pace and from wherever you are. And one more thing that we have implemented is there will be no investment from your end. You could get access to multiple job portals through us and free of cost. And the last, but never the least, you could earn crazy incentive because we have some modern and very unique incentive models. I'm pretty sure if you've already worked in the freelancing model before, you know that you would always get your share when the candidate is finally onboarded. But we don't do it that way. See, we understand the kind of time and effort a recruiter puts in when actually sourcing just one candidate. So what we've done differently is to make sure that we incentivize or for the efforts that the recruiter put in, not just for an onboarding of a candidate. Because we understand that a recruiter with no fault of his or her own, a candidate can back out from taking the offer and then, all your efforts are actually gone. So we would never want to do that. We want to make sure that the efforts are always, given priority here. So that's why we have a unique incentive model where you can earn for profile submission, you can earn for an interview completed, and you can also earn for a candidate onboarding. So when I mean profile submission, what I mean here is for every qualified candidate that you submit, you can earn 200 rupees per candidate. And for just making sure that the candidate who's been shortlisted by the client, making sure that they attend the interview, even if it's the candidate is a accept or reject, you can earn 1,000 rupees per interview for L1 interview. And as usual, we also have an onboarding success fee when a candidate gets onboarded with the client. So this is how we've made sure that you get incentivized every step of the way and for your efforts as well. And if you think your friends or colleagues also would be interested in such an opportunity, we've also introduced a referral model where you could always refer your colleagues and you can earn through them as well. So we have a referral model where if you invite your colleagues and friends to actually partner with us, like an IRC, you could earn 500 rupees on each referral when they make 3 qualified submissions. And you can also earn up to 1 lakh rupees when your referral earns through the onboarding success fee, which is 10% of each onboarding. This is applicable for 6-month period. So I'm hoping that I can see a lot of traffic coming our way. We would love to partner with recruiters and we want to take it to a level where, we want to build a recruitment community, not just for our benefit, but for you as well. Because yes, we actually gain a lot from this. And we also, it's a win-win for each situation. But we also want to help the recruitment community in this way, where we can have some webinars, where we can actually help you through your career path And this is just the first webinar in a series of webinars. So we are hoping that, we have a continued partnership all the way with Starof. And if you have any questions, you can directly contact us on this number. And you can get started with the registration link over here, which is irc.starof.com/get started. We'll ping this information over to you on the chat as well. So yeah, I think this is the brief of what Starof is doing. If you have any questions, please let us know. If you have any questions for Ms. Shikha also about the topic itself, you can definitely ask us over here. You can ping over here, and then we can take the conversation forward.
Shravya, I just want to add a few words.
Sure, yeah.
Okay. So, guys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, it's such a fabulous opportunity. I was very overwhelmed when I got introduced to Starof. They reward you at every step of the journey, right? You submit a candidate, you get interviews done, and finally, when you place the candidate, I mean, it's such a rewarding experience. This organization values your efforts, values your time, values your expertise, values whatever you do for them, and rewards you at every step. And that's how the incentive model is so unique, right? In most of the organizations, we only get our whatever variable pay or incentives once we place the candidate. But Starof has a very, very unique proposal. And I think all of you, at least once, should be a part of the Starof organization to experience it, to live it, to learn, to grow. When you work with multiple geographies, multiple clients, multiple technologies, right? And that's what gig economy is, coming back to Soumya's question. It's not one organization, one client, and one set of technologies. It's multiple clients, multiple technologies, multifold growth, multifold learning. So not only should you join, once you start this journey with Starof, you should refer more people, right? Let's add to this strong community of recruiters that we are trying to build over here, right? So please give it a shot. That would be my submission over here. Thank you, Shravya.
Thank you, Shikha. We have a question for you. I think Monica asked, what are the key challenges faced by IT recruiters in the job market and in the current job market, and how can they overcome them?
I think the two key challenges that we've been facing day in, day out is, how do you control a candidate offer decline or a candidate no-show, right? That's the biggest challenge anybody has today. And my only submission to this is, it's all dependent on the kind of engagement that you do with the candidate, right? And I did touch upon that briefly. Let me explain to you. Let's take two recruiters, recruiter A and recruiter B. Recruiter A is somebody who knows the job description thoroughly, sells the job to the candidate, gets the person to interview, accept the offer, and blah, blah, blah. This is your recruiter A. Your recruiter B is somebody who understands the job description, sells it to the candidate, shows him a career growth path, tells him about the culture of the organization, key policies about the organization, shows him a career growth path, right? That is called selling. That is how you are winning the confidence of a candidate. That is how you're engaging with the candidate. That is how your interaction should be, right? Now, with recruiter A and recruiter B, there could be, declines, right? But with recruiter B, who's invested so much of time, effort, energy in explaining, building a relationship with the candidate, the percentage of candidate decline will be very less. I think candidate no-show and candidate offer decline are the biggest challenges. Second challenge that I foresee is, that we've been facing is, how to tap the right talent, right? Every recruiter is looking at the same, probably same pool of candidates, same online portals, same databases. So what makes it, how do you differentiate? So how do you differentiate yourself from anybody else? If I'm your candidate, how do you get me to come for an interview versus somebody else, right? Again, you are the differentiator. How you approach, how you engage, how you sell, how you market is what matters, right? So tapping the right candidate through the right sourcing, through the right screening is one part of it. Engaging with the candidate correctly, nicely, whatever, correctly, I think that's the right word, is second part of it. And if you do both these part correctly, both these things correctly, the third part, which is a candidate no-show or a candidate offer decline, will not happen. According to me, these two are the challenges: tapping the right candidate, and secondly, getting the candidate to join. Yeah. Does that help? I don't know who would ask this question.
It was Monica, but I don't see a
Monica.
reply. But yeah.
I hope it helps, Monica. Yeah.
Oh, we have one more question, Shika ma'am.
Sure.
It's from Saxena. How we can work and join you as a recruiter? Might be this can be answer as by Shravya, I guess.
I think
Yeah.
Shravya needs to answer.
Shravya could able to answer this question. Yes,
Sure,
Shravya.
sure. Hi, Gargi. Thank you so much for joining the session. So, Gargi, actually, we have a portal where you can register as a recruiter. We'll be sharing the link and everything on the chat as well, and also we'll reach out to you through mails so that you can have the information handy. I'm just pinging you the information over on the chat right now. You can contact our team through the contact number posted there, and also the link there, which is irc.starof.com/get started. You can just fill in your information first, and then we'll reach out to you and we'll have a conversation so that we can, we can take the correct steps forward from there. And another question is, okay, Shikha, this is for you. What are the potential challenges and opportunities for freelance recruiters in this evolving gig economy?
I don't see any challenges. I think freelance recruiting, to me, like I just said, is a wealth of opportunity and a wealth of knowledge. Because when you're freelancing, you're open to working with various technologies, various clients, tech, non-tech. I mean, it's up to you, right? Again, the only challenge that I foresee is tapping the right candidate, right? Because all the recruiters, whether you're a full-time or a part-time or a freelancer, most of you are looking at the same talent pool, correct? But here, Starof has their own candidate database, has their own repository, which probably is very different from all the online portals, right? Which they have built over the last 2, 3, 4, 5 years. So you have over here with Starof, you have access to a much, much larger database. Challenges, I don't see any. I mean, again, I said for any recruiter, tapping the right candidate is important. Engaging with the candidate correctly so that he eventually joins you is important. Those are the only 2 steps which are important, which you have to, which I explained in Monica's question. How do you deal with? See, recruiting is not, okay, here is a job description, here is a candidate, let's do matchmaking and place the person. No. You have to win his confidence. You have to sell him a career path. Why should he join XYZ organization? What's in it for him in terms of culture, in terms of policies and procedures, in terms of a career growth path, in terms of technology, in terms of projects, in terms of enhancement. Sell it to a candidate as a complete package, and your offer decline or your no-show will drastically go down. And I'm saying this from my personal experience. Yeah.
I just like to add something here because when we actually started building this program itself, when we were reaching out to candidates, recruiters itself, they some had already done freelancing work, and some of the things they have told us was the fact that there was no transparency from the company itself. When it was, even if they were actually doing a good work from the candidate end, the fact that there was no transparency from the company they were working with, and also the payments getting delayed. I think these were like the top two challenges. Even when we were talking to the candidates, there was that trust factor issue that was coming out. And we also had to make sure that, we were building an honest platform and an honest program. So we wanted to make sure that even the recruiters had that trust built on us. So that was actually a very good point for us to actually note, because getting that feedback from the recruiters itself helped us build a good portal for the recruiters, for a good program itself, so that they knew that they could trust us. I think even from a candidate, whatever you said from a candidate perspective is great. And but the second part of it, because they need to make sure that they actually work with somebody they could trust, and make sure that they do their due diligence also. I would suggest, please, even we are putting out the program, but I would suggest, please make your due diligence on us also. We'll share you our social media links and all of that. We would love for you to actually give us feedback also, because whatever we've done till now, it has been building upon the fact that we've been getting feedback from the recruiters itself. Because initially when we started out, it was just, the onboarding success that we were giving out. But when we saw that, they were putting so much effort, and especially during COVID time, candidates had so many offers, and it was not a fault of the recruiter itself, but obviously candidates would want to go with something good or better for them. So we understood that, and that's where we started implementing the uh, incentives for the profile submission and the interviews and every step of the way. So I think it's important for a recruiter to make sure that they do their proper due diligence before they start working with somebody also, because it's not a small feat to actually, put their time in and their effort in, but at the end, if they're not getting something out of it, then I don't think it would be a good thing. Yeah.
So, Shravya, I am not sure how many people are there on this webinar. I'm sure these are all young minds, right? IT recruiters. My only message to all of you guys, there is nothing to lose. Every experience in life, now you're going to work with Starof or you work with somebody else. Every experience in life is a learning experience. You will gain something out of it. You will learn something out of it, right? There are highs and lows, ups and downs. Hota hai. It's life, right? It happens. Now, Starof being a good brand, right? They have their social media pages. Go through that. Once you join, and whatever you want to do in life, give it a shot. Either you win or you learn. You never lose in life. Nobody fails or nobody loses. Either you will win, you're happy. And if you don't win, at least you will learn something. So why have so many questions, so many doubts, so many inhibitions? Give it a shot, right? It's going to be a learning experience. And I'm sure with Starof, you're going to enjoy it, right? They have such systematic processes, tools in place. They have a big team to support. Their recruiter community today is, I don't know, 140 people plus. And that community continues to grow. They have, it's going to 140 or 160 plus. Sorry, I don't know the right numbers, but roughly, yeah. So many people are only impaneled. They're reaping the benefits of working with Starof. And it's, like I said, multi-geography, multi-customer, multi-technology. What else do you need in life, boss? Give it a shot. Stop thinking so much. And Starof team is there to support all of you. Yeah, that's all I wanted to add.
Thank you so much. And any more questions, guys? We have a few more minutes left.
Shravya, before that, just ask everyone to turn on their screen so that as a digital marketer from Starof, I should take a screenshot. So that is very helpful to me for tomorrow's session. Right. I'm requesting each and everyone, please turn on your cameras for a few minutes. Okay, I'll just take a picture and We'll see you on another side on the social media platforms.
At least I get to say hi to everyone. Hello.
Yep. Yeah, please, please. So we have
Your
Joel here.
camera is off.
We have
Shreya.
Hemant.
Hello.
He is Mr. Hemant. And
Hi.
this
Hi.
guy is Joel. And
Hi.
these are all IRCT members.
See, it's nice to see happy, smiling faces on Saturday. Should I call out for people? Prasanna, Suguna, I don't know. They must be wondering.
Please
Vasant,
don't mind.
camera
You
is
can
off.
turn on your camera, sir. There won't be any problem. I'll just take a screenshot and you can see me on the other side of the social media platforms by tomorrow.
Vasant, your camera is off, Vasant.
I'm absolutely sorry. Thank you so much. Please.
Maybe Vasant, next time you should also have the participants on the screen like this. It'll be nice to see a nice, complete full house. Why not?
Sure, definitely, man.
Then I know I'm not talking to the laptop, I'm talking to people.
Definitely we do that. Actually, we planned this time only, but see, somehow we missed
No
out.
worries, no, let's do that. It's nice to, hear the person talk and ask his question and then I can reply rather than speaking to a machine.
Sure, definitely.
Thank you. Okay.
I hope today is Saturday, right? So, I guess.
Oh, we can see Vasant in two places. Fine, thank God.
Hey Joel, what is happening with your screen, man?
Correct.
I'm also not really sure. This happens sometimes. I think it's a network issue.
No, you're
Yeah.
with
I can see
your
myself
cam.
in so many places, please.
What
Yeah,
have you done?
a lot of
What have you
faces,
done, man.
a lot of faces are coming up on my screen. I'm not
Vasant,
sure.
why don't you
This
quickly
happened
take a
once before.
screenshot before Joel goes off
Wasn't do it
completely?
fast, man.
Yes, it's done.
Thank you so much, buddy.
Thank you.
Guys, please turn on your camera for just a few seconds, not even a minute. Just a few seconds. That will be very helpful to me. I'm promising you nothing gonna be wrong on that. Shravya, I'm expecting you to have a word on this, please.
So, Vasant, if you're done,
I'll put my LinkedIn link over here. Why don't you just pass it on to the participants in case somebody wants to reach out? They
Yeah,
can
sure.
they can reach out to me. Okay. And then I can keep redirecting them to you.
Sure, absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm just
So-
sending you an ad request you to add it.
So I think we're good on time, and then first of all, I'd like to say thank you so much, Shikha, because it was a great session, and we've had some really good, insightful conversation here, and I'm hoping we could have very some more good sessions over with you. And we're really glad that you were like the first speaker of this webinar series, and we're hoping for a continued partnership from your end as well.
Perfect. Thank you so much for inviting me. I mean, it was absolutely wonderful presenting these insights. That's why I said maybe next time if we can have the participants on screen, it'll be more interactive, it'll be more lively. I look forward to supporting Starof. And guys, all the very best to each one of you. You're doing a fabulous job. Continue on this journey. I'm with you.
Thank you so much. And thank you all participants for taking your time out on a weekend and coming over and hearing us. We are hoping that, we see a continued partnership from your end as well, because we do have a series plan where we get experienced recruiters who can, help you out, and probably they could provide some insights, and probably they could make some impact on your career growth. And yeah, and we're hoping for a continued partnership as an IRC as well. You may please reach out to us if you have any questions. The numbers posted on the chat. If you want, I'll post it again. And you can fill in your details on the link as well. Just fill your details, and my team and I will be reaching out to you so that we could have a conversation, and we'll let you know the program details in depth, and then you can get started right away.
All right.
Well, thank you so much, both of you, especially a special and big thanks to Shikha Gupta. This was a very great and nice session. Thank you. Thank you so much for being a partner with Starof. And we are really very nice to have you on here and giving a good thought about the Starof and the thing that we are trying to do. It's really great. Thank you. Thank you so much. So
Absolutely. Thank
thank
you
you
very
so much.
much. All of you have a lovely Saturday.
You too, ma'am. Thanks, Shravya. Thanks to each and everyone who has joined this session, and thanks for making it success. And I'll see you on other side by soon with Shikha Gupta ma'am again, with a new topic, with a new interesting topics again. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Shravya. Once again, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Shravan.
Happy weekend.
Happy
Have a good day.
weekend.
Thank you.